Dear Dr. Sonjia, how should one clean sex toys? And where should they be stored in between uses? Asking for a friend. What is up, sapiosexuals? Thank you for turning on Sex in South Beach with your girl, Dr. Sonjia, America's favorite sexologist and Ivy League educated soul sister who loves to chat you up about sexual satisfaction. So the sex situation we're getting into today is all about cleaning and storing your sex toys in the healthiest way possible. And if you're one of those adults out there who's never had a sex toy, well, baby, let me ask you, just what are you waiting for? Because your optimal sexual fulfillment is up to none other than you, boo. Which means you have an obligation to learn your body well enough to know exactly where your erogenous zones are and how to stimulate these areas to prime your beautiful body for some banging naughty. And you also owe it to yourself to share this very important information with your partner. Because guess what? Nobody cares about your orgasm more than you. You better believe that. And just like your hands and fingers, and for some of you, your shower heads and hot tub jets, well, sex toys are merely another resource for you to use to get to know yourself and your sexual preferences better. In fact, since the COVID pandemic hit, it seems like people are using their sex toys more often than ever. And how do we know this? Because Civic Science conducted a survey of over 6,000 adults, and 26% said they were definitely using their sex toys more often since the pandemic. That's more than a quarter of the respondents, y'all. And get this. Married and unmarried people report similar rates of sex toy use since the COVID lockdowns began last March. Because you know what? Married folks need some self-loving too. Booyah! And even before the pandemic, people were playing with their sex toys. A 2018 survey of 11,400 adults conducted by the sex toy creator Love Honey, well, that survey found that about 75% of sex toy enthusiasts owned at least one dildo. What? Well, we do have to realize the demographic of this survey is deeply skewed because it was among sex toy enthusiasts, y'all, not the general population. But still, it does shine some insight into the popularity of sex toys, and especially dildos. And do not be mistaken, they are not just for the ladies. In fact, that same survey found that about 65% of men owned a dildo. And that is just one variation of all the amazing sex toys for men out there. Yes, indeed. Did you know that you can put a sleeve over a penis and it will vibrate and suck and do all kinds of stimulating tricks on your ick? And it feels real good. And I know this from personal experience. Well, at least my fingers and my hands know this because I have stuck all my fingers, and in some cases my whole hand, into some of these vibrating sleeves. Remember, due to my job, people send me all kinds of products to explore. And explore them I do. And let me tell you, if I did have a penis, I would have definitely manned up and tried it out properly, okay? But luckily, for those of us without a penis, there is no shortage of sex toys. No. Women, we have vibrators, clit suckers, and let's not forget about the dual stimulating rabbit. Tickle the outside while penetrating the inside. Oh yeah, double the fun. And even though I am all about using sex toys so you can learn more about you in terms of sexual satisfaction, I am also a huge fan of couple sex toys. Yes, sex toys are not just for the single people. Actually, sex toys can help you and your lover learn something new together. And let me tell you, a couple that sexually evolves together is much more likely to what? Forever. Yes. But what do you do when you're done with the fun? To remove all that ooze, somebody gotta pay the dues. Yes, somebody has to clean that sex toy and then store it in a safe place where the dog and the kids can't find it, right? So let's get down to the nitty-gritty. To properly clean sex toys, you must first know exactly what the sex toy is made of. Now, this information can usually be found on the box and the manufacturer's website, as well as the store where the sex toy was purchased. In general, sex toys can be categorized as porous or non-porous based on what they're made of. Toys made from non-porous materials include hard plastic, silicone, and yes, glass, okay? These can be washed with antibacterial soap and warm water. So that's a lot of dildos out there, okay? Antibacterial soap and warm water. Now, some glass, they're actually made of Pyrex. These Pyrex toys, those are even dishwasher safe, y'all. And the packaging label is going to indicate that when it is applicable. But of course, even if it is dishwasher safe, unless you live alone, I mean, it might be a little tricky running that toy through the dishwasher with those dinner plates, right? Now let's get to the sex toys made from porous materials. Now these include nylon, vinyl, cyberskin, leather, and rubber. Let's start with nylon. Now nylon toys can be hand washed with antibacterial soap, and some items can even be machine washed, yes. And then we have toys that are made from cyberskin and vinyl. Well, these should be washed with warm water only. And then you need to air dry them with a light dusting of cornstarch. And you know what that does? It prevents stickiness. Because, a sticky sex toy, sticky equals icky. Okay? Now, leather and rubber sex toys are the hardest to clean. For your leather toys, you want to use a damp, soapy cloth, but you don't want to soak the leather. And if you're really about it in terms of preserving your sex toys, you should follow this with a leather conditioner. It will increase the longevity of the toy. And good toys cost good money, so we're about making your investments count here, people. And rubber sex toys, now these warrant special attention because they can contain chemicals that are harmful to your health. And that's why I highly, highly, highly recommend using a condom with rubber sex toys. And after each use, you want to wash these toys with warm soap. Now that your toys are clean, how should you store them? In a cool, dry place where there is minimal moisture, okay? And it's really healthy to have some space between your sex toys. If you're someone like me who has a lot of sex toys, you don't want them to be all crowded together. You want some space between them. Give them room to breathe. Now, a shoe size box, that might be good to store a few sex toys, but again, do not overcrowd these toys into one box. If you get more toys, you got to get more boxes. And ideally, after each toy is clean and dry, it can be placed into its own little soft lime bag before being put back into your toy box. Now, boom, there you got it. Short and sweet, my peoples. How to clean and store your sex toys. And if this topic interests you, you should really check out my other shows on the best sex toys of 2020 and Lube 101. Because guess what? Certain lubes will damage your sex toys. And dang, a high-quality sex toy, as we said earlier, is an investment that should bring you pleasure for a long time coming. All right, now it is time for the climax when I give y'all a little something to remember about how to clean and store your sex toys. 1. Non-porous toys, such as hard plastic, silicone, and glass, can be hand-washed with antibacterial soap and warm water. 2. Nylon toys can be hand-washed with antibacterial soap, and some can be even thrown into your family washer. 3. Cyberskin and vinyl toys should be washed with warm water only and then air dried. And then you should sprinkle them lightly with a little bit of cornstarch to prevent stickiness, right? 4. For leather toys, use a damp soapy cloth, but do not soak it, boo. And remember, leather conditioner after this process will extend the life of your leather toys. And 5. Use a condom with your rubber toys to make sure you're not putting anything toxic into that sweet, precious body of yours. And then wash these rubber toys with warm water and soap when you're done. And last, but certainly not least, store your toys well spaced out in a nice, clean box that is not in a high moisture area. Aight? Keep it fresh and keep it right, y'all. And to further your knowledge in the oh-so-complex art of adult paraphernalia, I highly encourage you to check out my past shows, Lube 101, so you know the best lube to use for yourself and your sex toys, and also my show on the best sex toys of 2020. I know it was recorded last year, but shoot, you've been stuck in the house for a year, and since the pandemic hit, I promise you, ain't that much changed in the sex toy game. So level up your knowledge, boo. And then do exactly what you do when you love somebody. Share this show with someone who needs to spend some personal playtime with their adult toys. For your daily dose of Nookie knowledge, check me out on all the social media networks. That's DRSONJIA on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. Come on, what you waiting for? It is most definitely past due for us to link up. Yes, yes, yes. I had so much fun chatting with y'all today about how to clean and store your sex toys. I am Dr. Sonjia, America's sex educator. Thanks so much for tuning in to Sex in South Beach, where everybody comes for happier, healthier sex. One of the most powerful aphrodisiacs in the world is fragrance. Yes, how do you smell, baby? That is exactly why I wear Scents aromatherapy body oil every day. Scents is made from essential oil fragrances scientifically proven to ignite desire and a sense of pleasure in everybody who smells it. Smell good, feel good with Scents aromatherapy body oil. Get yours at scentsbodyoil.com. That's SENSE bodyoil.com.